We are on. Just letting that thing sink to the bottom. It's a mini halibut. And that thing. No, a little mini Corvina. Mini Corvina to start the day. A little vampire fish. There's Brandt the Beefshaman back out on San Diego Bay near Coronado. I miss this place. Love fishing here. I've got some new baits for you guys. I just got one on that bait right there. Excited for a beer. Excited to have you guys watch. Cheers. Let's do this. You get ready for fishing, and I know you guys probably feel similar. You prepare, you have these grandiose ideas of what's going to work and what you're going to get them on. And sometimes that works, and sometimes not so much. And, a few days ago, I had some friends. We had this big plan to go out to the Colorado River. It was great, top water, flipping, a million fish. And we got a couple each. Big drive, a lot of fun. Beautiful area, but fishing wasn't as great as we thought. So today I've got some ideas of some new baits to try for you guys. The one I just got that Corvina on. Not a new bait, but I've never used it out here, and that's just a little mini rattle trap, that beating shad color. 1/8 ounce. On the BFS, 5-pound test. And I'll tell you, that thing hammered that way. We need some spotties on this too. Brought out some older rods today and reels. This is a Shimano Crucial with the Calcutta DC 200. Old rods need love too, guys. One of my favorite baits that I've been fishing out here in the bay has been the chartreuse and white Chatterbait. 1/2 ounce. Let me go all the way to the bottom and you're pulling it right over the top of the eel crab. And the thing just hammer it. Like that. Just hammer it. So I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? One of the things I love about this bait is just the attack. Bam! Oh, yeah. That is a nice spot of bay bass right there, guys. Look at that. It's going 13.25 inches. Awesome. The bait that I'm using. You can use, I'll put a link what I'm using, but you can use any brand, any type of trailer you like. Seems like the chartreuse and white, but it's always kind of been one of my go-to color combinations. Same thing if I use spinner baits out here. I've got a pretty much low tide right now. It's only 6.5 feet deep where I'm fishing, so you could fish, you know, a jerk bait, a chatterbait, a spinner bait, and vary the retrieves. And that steady right across the top of the grass. Pump, let it drop. Pump, let it drop. Pump, let it drop. It's funny, I've ended up catching a ton of halibut on the backlash when that chatterbait just sits on the ground, and when you pull it up, blam. I get a lot of people asking what pound test to use in the bay. I usually use 6 to 12. Unless I'm going for something like back rays or something, you know, sharks. But realistically, I'm really trying to just get across the bay to a different area than I'm fishing right now. But as I'm going across, I am just fishing one way. So I'm not really sitting at any particular area unless I really start to hammer, bam, 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 bam. And I got the one Corvina, and I got the one bass so far, and a couple other hooks, but still definitely just figuring out the bite. There we go. That was absolute hammerage. And this is on something new too. This feels more like a halibut. A little deeper. Maybe not. Nope, not a halibut. There, smaller one. I said this is something new. I've got the Chatterbait on, which I like. This is the ZMan Diesel Minnow 5-inch, a chartreuse shad, I believe it's called, with a VMC underspin. I've had this for a while. I haven't gotten a chance to use it. And I was like, well, it's a little deeper right here. It's like 18 feet deep. Just cast this out as we're moving across the channel and see if we can get bit. Let's get another one. Like, yeah, let's use some bigger baits. I'm gonna use some smaller baits too, but sexy mullet, that's what it is. Two words you don't hear very often together. That chartreuse bandit with inline owner hooks, single hooks. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, that made a difference. Oh, I think it came off. Nope. Little mini butt. Tiny. But again, I changed up the bait and made a difference. Now let's see if this is a pattern. You ever notice halibut smell funny? Different fish smell different. Oh, man. Good grief. That was an awesome hit. Pound for pound, these things just are so much fun to fight. I'll try different colors. Chartreuse seems to be the color. And if you're wondering what bait I'm talking about, that's the one. The little bandit crank. I put the inline hooks. And I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I have them facing up and backward like that. So that way when they run through the grass, they don't get snagged. When they run over rocks, they don't get snagged. And I heard other people say, you know, you got to have one facing up and one facing down. I not had an issue. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. I said that about the reaction bite, so I'm like, well, why don't I start jigging the Chatterbait along the bottom? follow my own instructions. This feels, oh, it broke. Nope. Come off. Nope. Felt like it came off there. Oh, thick one. Yes. Let's go to a finesse and see if that makes a difference. Now, I did a video in Mission Bay a while back where I was trying some different shrimp baits. And I tried the different baits, I tried the different heads. I found a combination that worked. Oh. Let's get whacked there. It seemed like the little underspin with the shrimp bait worked the best. All right, you guys ready for a beverage? Waiting for that incoming tide to start coming in, so hopefully bring in some bait fish. But until then, from the brewery out of Placentia, California, I've got Goses Are Red. So a Gose style ale with Syrah grapes. Now, Goses Are Red is a stylish, crisp, and tart Gose style ale balanced with a delicate sweetness, satisfyingly complex. This refreshing wheat-based ale has hints of coriander spicing and a light saltiness to complement the soft tartness. Now, they suggest serving in a glass like that, but we're not doing that today. We're having it out of the can. And Gose style ale is a super old ale from a particular area in Germany, and it was it's got like salt in the beer, and it's a tart ale. Smell it. It smells like cranberry juice, quite honestly. I'm not much for sours. I thought I would give it a try. They said a delicate sweetness. I don't get any sweetness. Kind of reminds me of vinegar. I know some people love this style of beer. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. But 5.6% ABV. It's more sour to me than a lot of kombuchas, which can be very sour. But hey, we're trying new things, right? Hopefully it'll grow on me. So it's like like drinking sparkling cranberry juice, quite honestly, except maybe not quite as sweet. So if you're into that kind of thing, try that. I think I got this at Total Wine. And it just was like, I gotta try something different. Try it. Something different. There we go. Well, that was only like 2 casts in. Change. Oh. There we go. Nice. I'm not sticking my fingers down that. Got about a 16, 17 inch Corvina. Nice. Yeah, the more I drink this beer, it's got kind of a green tomato vibe to it also, as it warms up. Not my favorite. I gotta get that taste out of my mouth. And now I'm excited for this beer. I just found out about this beer. I didn't even know it exists. We had Pliny the Elder. We had Pliny for President. I just found out about a 2-stage double dry hop Pliny the Elder. I stopped by Distillers Outlet and they're like, oh, we've got something. So this is 8% ABV out of Santa Rosa in Windsor, California. And Pliny is iconic. Russian River's always got amazing stuff. And when I saw this, I was excited. Now again, dry hopping. Let's move this up a little bit. Again, dry hopping. After the boil is done, when you make your beer, then you can add hops, and it will only add basically aroma. So it's not going to add any more bitterness. The bitterness comes from the alpha acids in the hops from the boil. Dry hopping was used as a preservative, the antibacterial qualities. Double dry hopping means they do it twice. So you can do it a little later stage, or even after fermentation is done. Crack that. Oh, makes my mouth water. Saw a little wisp come off that. A little bit of like tropical fruit, but it's very resinous, like pine. It's got that West Coast, just I can almost taste it on my tongue. Bitterness with a little bit of floral, vegetative, I don't know if that's the right qualities. So not overly bitter at all. Very round mouthfeel. Great viscosity. Does not taste like an 8%. You can't really taste the alcohol in that. I mean, except that it's a beer. Almost like a melon. I want to say berry, but it's not quite berry. Just kind of thing going in my mouth. Not really a flavor. Check them out. And now they're, like I said, the beers are available on bottlestogift.com, and you guys can order them. They're shipping them all around the country. Really, really good. I don't know if they'll have this left. They only got one case in, I think. But you can always check. Matt, appreciate the recommendation. Yum. Now I'm ready for some fish to go with this excellent beer. I may not have liked the first beer. This one is freaking amazing. Really good. There's something. This feels more like halibut. It's interesting. I'm in an area right now. I don't know if you guys can see it down in the water. Down there, there's all kinds of eelgrass floating. And you'll get to these areas in San Diego Bay, in Mission Bay, with all this floating eelgrass. And it's basically like a seam where two currents come together and it kind of eddies. That's one thing my thrusters don't like. They don't like the eelgrass. Stay on. This is on that 4-pound test. That Ned Shrimp. Wasn't getting them on the Gulp Minnow anymore. Oh, it broke. No. These are these salty Ned Shrimps from ZMan. In the root beer gold color. Get it hooked up and I'll show you. That's that. Hopefully you can see that. Finally. mini spotty. Oh, another. Mini butt. Start calling these things Pop-Tarts. There's something. 4-pound test, so we'll see. Let's see. Got something, feels like a spotty. Yeah. Nope. Ah! There. Something. Covered in weeds. There's a halibut. There's something. Can't read that. But, hey, I had fun out here today. Got some fish on some different baits, got some on the ones I wanted to get, and I was able to just get out and have fun. Cheers, Chris Brandt, the Beefshaman. Enjoy being out on the water anytime you can. Take advantage of the resources we have. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you on the water soon. Thanks for all the support. Talk to you soon.